Namaste, Pranam, Gita. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 11th Adhyaya of Vishwarupa Darshana, and Arjuna has just recently in our previous reading, he has described that gory, ghastly scenario of all these Kauravas, all these kings, even the great personalities like Pitamaha Bhishma, Dronacharya, Sutaputra Karna, and all the chief warriors from Pandava camp also. They are just rushing in the mouth of the Lord to be get crushed. Lord is happily biting them. And some of these warriors, they are stuck in the gaps of the teeth. And some, their heads are just crushed to powder between those terrible teeth of the Lord. That is the ghastly scene that Arjuna described us in our previous reading when he told us that vaktrāṇy te tvaramāṇā viśhanti. They are all rushing. They are not going leisurely. Vaktrāṇy in the mouth. In the mouth they are all tvaramāṇā viśhanti. They are all entering, rushing. They are in a great hurry to get devoured by the Lord. All these hordes of kings, all these sons of Dhritarashtra, Pitamaha Bhishma, Dronacharya, Karna, and all the chief warriors from Pandava camp also, they are all just rushing. Tvaramāṇā viśhanti, dajshtra karalani bhayanakani. They are all entering the mouth to be crushed, to be bitten by those horrible looking teeth of the great Lord. Kechit vilagna dashanantareshu. Some of them, they are trapped in the gaps between the teeth, those mighty teeth of the Lord. Some of them, they are trapped in the gaps, in the cavities of the dental cavities of the universal form of the Lord. And sandrashante churnitaihi uttama angaihi. And I can also see, Arjuna is saying, I can also see some warriors, what is their condition inside the mouth of the Lord? Their heads are getting crushed and Lord is happily devouring them. Lord has got no remorse. Lord doesn't feel pity on any of them. He is just... And look at these warriors as such. It is not that Lord is taking them in his hand and putting them in the mouth. They are rushing. Look at this beautiful scenario that Arjuna is seeing. They are rushing into the mouth. Tvaramāṇā viśhanti. They are hurriedly entering the mouth. They are so keen to get inside that divine body of the Lord. All these. So that is what Arjuna had depicted, what he has seen in the universal form of the Lord, what he saw in that Vishwarupa of the Lord. Now Arjuna says, now Arjuna is getting some kind of a realization even after seeing this gory scene. Even after seeing this horrifying, terrifying scene of all these people, they are entering the mouth of the Lord, and Lord is chewing them, aram se, happily chewing them, crushing their heads, pulverizing the heads to powder, and some of them are sticking into the gaps in the cavities of between the teeth of that great universal form. Now, having seen that, Arjuna, Arjuna is not just an ordinary devotee for that matter. And that's why Sri Krishna has chosen Arjuna for a very specific reason to impart the Gita it was only Arjuna among the whole lot of Pandavas who had the capability, who had the caliber of understanding Gita, who had the caliber of understanding the Lord's words spoken to him. And therefore, in spite of seeing such a ghastly scene, such a gory scene, such a terrifying, horrifying scene, now Arjuna is thinking, his mind, which is inclined towards spirituality. It is not he just wants to wage war and kill people and claim the ownership of that land or that capital city of Hastinapur. No, just not that. He is spiritually inclined also, and therefore he starts thinking. After seeing this, Arjuna now he says in this 28th shloka, yathā nadīnāṁ bahavo mbu-vegāḥ samudram evābhimukhā dravanti tathā tavāmī nara-loka-vīrā viśhanti vaktrāṇy abhivijvalanti. Now Arjuna has got some realization. Having seen all these hordes of, there are lakhs and lakhs of soldiers who are standing, who are to wage this war of Mahabharata. And Arjuna, having seen all of them entering the horrible, terrifying mouth of the Lord, now he feels, he is now making a comparison. What is happening in that scene that he has seen? In the horrible scene that Arjuna has actually perceived, all these people, they are rushing into the mouth of the Lord. Arjuna compares this happening in front of his divine eyes. It is not happening in front of his physical eyes of the Arjuna. It is happening in front of the divine eyesight, the Divya Chakshu that Sri Krishna has provided him with. That's why he can see all this. Otherwise, Arjuna, as ordinary Arjuna, he could not have even imagined it. Just because of that Divya Chakshu, and having seen that in reality as if this is what is happening. Everybody is getting devoured by the Lord. All those who are so eager, who are so keen to wage the war, they are already inside the mouth of the Lord, getting crushed. The physical body is getting crushed. Now Arjuna compares that scene with yathā nadīnāṁ bahavo mbu-vegāḥ nadīnāṁ. Now Arjuna thinks, well, these people entering hurriedly into the mouth of the Lord is something like he has seen elsewhere. He has seen elsewhere the rivers merging in the sea. And that is the comparison now Arjuna makes. Rivers originate somewhere, and then their downward journey starts. Their entire journey is only with one objective of merging with the ocean. That is the reality for every river. The river which takes birth, which originates somewhere high up in the mountain. All through her life, she has to run down. And run down where? She is hurrying, like these people they are hurrying, Arjuna has seen. They are all rushing. Exactly like that. Now Arjuna remembers. The rivers also, after they originate somewhere high up in the mountain, they just rush. Their waters, torrential waters of those rivers, they just rush to get merged in the sea. Yathā nadīnāṁ bahavo mbu-vegāḥ. Bhavaha mbu-vegāḥ. Mbu-vegāḥ is those strong currents of the river. As the river starts proceeding towards sea, you will see, those who have seen a river merging in the sea, whether in the Arabian Sea or Bay of Bengal, the river at the meeting point of the ocean where it merges, when the river merges, the waters are very turbulent, as if the river is in a great hurry to get into the ocean and be one with it. Otherwise, if you see the rivers, their flow on the way, sometimes it is very peaceful flow. You won't even kind of make out that the river is pushing towards the ocean. Sometimes we feel the waters are so still. Of course, they are moving, but as soon as the river touches ocean, as soon as the river comes in the proximity of touching the ocean, there is a great force to the water, and then it becomes mbu-vegāḥ, that mbu-vegāḥ, torrential speed that the river picks up. Samudram evābhimukhā dravanti, and having taken that torrential speed, that those mighty torrents of the river, it just rushes towards the sea. If Ganga is originating at Gangotri, and if we happen to see Ganga in between somewhere near Haridwar or Rishikesh, we feel Ganga is so pleasant, the waters are not rushing as such. It is a flowing. It is a peaceful flow. But as Ganga starts heading towards the Bay of Bengal, then at the point of merging, before entering into Bay of Bengal, it is mighty torrential speed that the Ganges river takes to merge in the Bay of Bengal. And it is not just one or two rivers, it happens with all the rivers, wherever they may originate. Like the Ganga and Yamuna, they originate in northwest, and all along they keep on flowing towards the far east into the Bay of Bengal. The rivers who originate up north somewhere, they keep on flowing down. They merge in Bay of Bengal. And even the rivers in the west, like Godavari, originating in the west, Krishna, they all flow crazily to meet the Indian Ocean at Bay of Bengal. Likewise, the moment a river is to meet the ocean, it picks up such a great speed. It is in a hurry then. Now nobody can stop. Now the river has found its ultimate destination, ocean. Now she's in a great hurry with all the turbulent waters. Elsewhere, all these rivers may be very peaceful, very calmly they may be flowing, not creating any havoc. But as the moment of merging in the ocean comes, nobody can stop them. The waters, they become so turbulent. Mbu-vegāḥ. And this is the most proper word that Arjuna has used in this shloka. And most proper example that he has quoted, having seen the rush of those mighty warriors entering the mouth of the Lord. This is what actually happens in the physical world of the rivers also. So that is it. Truly, as many torrents of rivers rush towards the ocean. Now what is happening? Arjuna has had further realization. Having seen all these mighty warriors, who have at one point of time dreamt so high, dreamt so big, that now, leaving aside all those dreams when they were on the earth, leaving aside all those dreams, now they are rushing to enter the mouth of the Lord. This is what is happening with all these great personalities. Tathā tavāmī nara-loka-vīrā. Exactly like these rivers, as it happens, rivers originating somewhere, and then they have ambitions, they have dreams to achieve something in this life. But as the rivers start approaching the ocean, all those dreams are gone, all that calmness is also gone, all that peace is gone, and there is only one objective. There is no other objective. There is no objective of ruling a kingdom. There is no objective of ruling any country as such. There is no objective of enjoying any great riches. There is only one objective left, and that objective is to merge in the ocean. And then those rivers, nobody can stop them. They become so turbulent. The torrent is so very strong, nobody can stop it. And Arjuna compares that with what he has seen here, that all these the nara-loka-vīrā, all the best among the men who have gathered here to wage war against each other, nara-loka-vīrā, that is what is happening. They are viśhanti, vaktrāṇy, abhivijvalanti. They are entering that mouth like the torrential waters of that river entering the calm and peaceful ocean. Likewise, these nara-loka-vīrā, these best among the men, the hordes of kings, where you will find a person like Pitāmaha Bhishma, where you will find a guru like Dronacharya, where you will find that mighty warrior like Karna. But all these nara-loka-vīrā, they are flinging themselves into your mouth. They are viśhanti, vaktrāṇy, abhivijvalanti. Willfully, they are entering your fiery mouth, which is emitting fire. Who will dare to enter that mouth which is entering fire? Who is able to dare to enter that mouth having those fierceful crushing teeth to get destroyed? Who will do it? But all these mighty warriors, all these who at one point of time they had high ambitions, their high dreams, and that is because of those dreams only, these ambitions only, this war has is about to start now. And Arjuna sees, even before the war has started, all these mighty warriors, nara-loka-vīrā, the best among the men, they are hurriedly, they are so keen to enter that mouth which is emitting flames of fire, the mouth whose teeth are just eager to crush these bodies to pieces. So that is the great realization that Arjuna has finally had, having seen that horrible and terrible form. Now he sees what happens with the river. Same thing is happening here also. Truly, as the many torrents of rivers rush towards the ocean, so do these heroes in the world, so these men of masses, so these best among the men, they fling themselves into your fiercely flaming mouths. They are flinging themselves. They are happily flinging themselves. There is no remorse, there is no regret, there is no fear. There is no doubt in their mind as to what is going to happen. They are willingly offering themselves to be devoured by you into your flaming, fearful mouth. The rivers that emerge from mountains have no alternative but to rush to empty themselves in the ocean. And the same is the case with the rulers of this earth, the kings, the ministers, the rajas for that matter, mahadipatis, all these, the rulers of the earth, plan for their permanent domination over this earth, over a small fraction of the earth. Their plans, their entire life goes in preparing to dominate that part of the earth. I am the king, I am the ruler, I am the owner of this land. And not only kings, it happens in our ordinary lives also. We buy a small plot of land and we say, this is my land. Once that sales deed is over, once that property documents are through, then we say, this is my land. And if somebody wants to take it, fights ensue. How can you even think of taking my land? So forget about the kingdoms. Even in ordinary lives this happens. And Arjuna has seen this happening to all these kings and rulers of those limited portions of the land. The rulers of earth plan for their permanent domination over it, while actually they are caught in the death trap of divinity. All these people who are standing there at the battlefield of Kurukshetra, battle is yet to start. But Arjuna has already seen what is going to happen. Arjuna already knows what is the fate of all these great mighty warriors. That in the end, when the time comes, they are going to forget everything about that Hastinapur. They are going to forget everything about their own kingdoms. They are going to forget everything about that little piece of land that they owned, that they possessed, that they ruled. And when the time comes, they are just going to rush into the mouth of that great Lord, to be crushed between the teeth, to be burnt by that fierce, fiery fire coming out of the mouth of the Lord. Then they don't think of anything else. They are in a great hurry. They are in a great hurry to meet their own destruction, because they realize that is the ultimate end now for them. Whether they like it or not, like the rivers, whether they like it or not, they have to rush to water, to ocean. And when they have to rush to ocean, then at the time they are merging in the ocean, then all that turbulence ends. There is a momentary turbulence before entering the ocean. And once the river enters the ocean, that turbulence could be because of that excitement of I am going into the bird, I am merging into that ocean, I am merging into my bigger part. I am not losing myself. I am becoming part of that great part. Therefore, in that excitement, that turbulence. And exactly like that, that happens in the lives of not only the great souls, not only the nara-loka-vīrā, but even the ordinary souls. Because we are also nara-loka-vīrā in our own consideration, isn't it? Each one of us, we feel we to be so great. And this is what is going to happen to all of us at the end. When it comes, we are going to be so restless, we are going to be so turbulent that we are going to meet, we are going to be the part of this great Lord. So, ultimately, all the great personalities, all the ordinary people also, they have to just hurry and willingly enter the mouth of that destruction. Nobody can help it. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can avoid it. So that is Arjuna's message to us. While being consumed, they are planning for the conquest. All these great kings, they are planning for the win, both the camps. The Pandavas and Kauravas, both the camps, they are planning their strategies, how to win this war. But what is going to happen is, ultimately, they are all going to be devoured by the Lord. And it is not they are going by compulsion. It is not company is pushing them. It is not that unhappily they are entering. Most willingly. They are most willingly with the happy mindset. They are just in, and they are rushing to it. Lord, come and grab me, come and crush me, come and burn me in your divine fire. So that was Arjuna's wonderful realization in that 28th shloka of the Vishwarupa Darshan. The great realization of even the ghastly thing that he has seen. It is not he had got fully terrified. The spiritual Arjuna has awakened. The spiritual illumination has woken up that great knowledge inside Arjuna, that this is what is going to happen. So that was the 28th shloka of the Vishwarupa Darshan of 11th Adhyay of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami Ji.